Hello, Warren here again with the Peach State Prime channel. Today we're at East Cobb Park in Marietta, Georgia. It's a very large park with several different amenities, and just thought we'd come take a look around, walk around kind of the main loop here, and since it's such a nice day. So hope you'll stick around and see what all this park has to offer. So we're on the main loop here, and we do have this rather large playground over there. And then you have these little picnic, sitting areas that overlook a kind of a small creek over there, which is pretty nice. Then you got a couple big green spaces here. You can see they're playing some sort of game over there. And then you do have a stage over there that they do a few concerts there. I've been to an orchestra concert there before. It's kind of a nice setting for it. And they usually do have a lot of groups will come do events here and just set up on the weekends. For instance, I know the Scouts have set up recruiting events here for Scouting America. And then today we are actually here getting our photo taken for my wife's employer had free family photos here today. You got birthday parties, corporate outings, family reunions. So it's kind of a nice and usually fairly busy park. And if you're around the Marietta area, it's right off of Roswell Road. You've likely driven by this park before if you've been in the area. But it's kind of toward the East Cobb part of Cobb County in Marietta. Lots of cookouts here. And it is really just a nice day. Plenty of benches to have a seat with, or on, I should say. And then you do have, we haven't pointed these out in a while, but the important dog waste stations. But you do have plenty of paved trails here for walking and, of course, biking, dog walking, what have you. Then you do have some dirt trails that kind of cut over closer to the water. And then back here more, you actually have some wooded trails, which we're not going to go all the way back on those today. But we'll kind of go to the entryway where they split off from the main trail. And then here's one of the trails that's a little bit more hilly. That's the Towhee Trail, or Towhee. Try to zoom in on that sign there. And that goes up and around. And there is another playground. There's a kind of an upper part of this park where they have a second playground and some other picnic facilities and such. But we're going to go across this bridge up here. And they do have some side trails. This is how you'd go down to the water up here. And so you got some people down at the water on that side, but we'll film this other side here. This is probably my favorite part of this park because it's kind of hidden back here. It's not right out in the open with everything else. But see, you got this creek here. And unless, you know, you really walk around this park, you wouldn't even know this was back here. And then see, this is the side that has more of a little beach, you know, if you want to go in the water. And then down here are trails that connect actually to another park, a ballpark, and you know, the more wooded trails, and then also to some of the neighborhoods that are back here. And here's another picnic area. And so you can continue down that way, you know, do a couple of the loop around trails. Here's an example of one of those trailheads or exits, depending which way you're going. But you see, very nice and, you know, nice and natural, you know, not just a concrete track that you have to walk around. And then we're back on the bridge, but there's this other trail. If you don't go on the bridge, you just go to the right of it. You can see that back that way. Oh, we got a squirrel. Can we catch it on? I have the worst time trying to get squirrels on on camera. All right, we're coming back from the bridge area, and we have this nice garden here. Looks like it's the Garden and Nature Club. And then we have this statue over here of a little girl with butterflies. It says it's, let's see, it says Sunny's Garden, which, you know, there's no details that I see here, no other plaques, so I'm gonna say maybe it's in memory of a little girl named Sunny. But it's a nice statue. And then you can see up there, there's kind of the upper level with more picnic areas, parking, and beyond that, the other playground. But we're down here on this main loop again. We're on the other side of the, what I call the main playground, the one that most of the kids seem to go. The one on the upper part is more, I'd say it's probably more of a younger kids playground. Not really sure on this, but it might have a few accessible playground pieces of equipment. So, you know, I would check that one out first if you have smaller kids or those that need some specialized equipment. And my kids are here, and they're playing Pokemon Go, and apparently there's a Pokemon Go trail here. So if you like Pokemon Go, then you know, this is probably a place for you. Speaking of my kids, did you catch any Pokemon?
Yeah.
How about you? You catch any Pokemon?
No, because the thing was not working.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
It wasn't working.
And then you see that road in the distance, that's Roswell Road. So all this is right off a main road here. And we have the other green space up here. And you can see over across the way where they're set up That's where we had our portraits made. And then over here, it looks like they're doing some dog training. I think it might be service dog training. I saw some vests earlier, so not exactly sure though. But I saw them, you know, weaving in and out of the pipes there. And we're coming up on, it's a big chicken statue, kind of a Art Deco one. There's a few of these around town. Don't see them too often. This is the Game Hen. Let's see, donated by Resurgence Orthopedics, July 1st, 2009. So, see, it's a big chicken. There's like different games on it. There's tic-tac-toe, bingo, football, checkers. See Monopoly down there at the bottom. Some golf, pool, baseball, all pretty neat. And we're in the upper section of the park now with another green space down there. Now I've seen other events go on down here before. One of the things I've seen is actually a Nerf gun tournament, you know, with Nerf darts and all sorts of, like, you know, semi-fortifications and shields and darts everywhere. So like I said, it is a very big park. And the kids decided to come see the second playground, so I guess we will get a peek at it after all. See, and this is the second exit / entrance here, so gotta look both ways. We're going on this nice windy sidewalk to get up here. It is just such a nice day, you know. It's Georgia, as I complain about in a lot of my videos, you know, in the 30s, then the 70s, in the 30s, in the 70s, and the last few days have been 60s and 70s, so hopefully we stay there now. I actually had to mow the lawn for the first time yesterday for the year, so hopefully it's a good sign. We have this quote outside this playground. A true hero isn't measured by the size of his strength, but the size of his heart. Hercules. And that goes along because, as I was saying down below, this is the more accessible playground. You can see you have these nice big ramps here.
They all are from Disney.
Oh, we have quotes. Oh yeah, all around the playground here. We have Aladdin here. You're only a fool if you give up. And then we have a quote from my favorite Disney character, Donald Duck. Happiness is the richest thing we will ever own. I believe he said that, you know, in his, you know, in his trademark voice. I can't tell you exactly which, you know, which media or, you know, which movie or special it was or short, but I could see him saying that. We got Dumbo here, which, I don't know, does Dumbo talk in the movie? I don't know. Still a nice quote, though. Got Pocahontas. Yeah, Alice in Wonderland. And then you have this famous quote that is often attributed to Walt Disney. If you can dream it, you can do it. Which, I forget exactly who said it. It's often attributed to Walt Disney, but I do believe it was one of the, maybe one of the Imagineers who actually coined the phrase to begin with. Okay, so we looked it up because I was driving me nuts. So if you can dream it, you can do it was actually by Sherilyn Silverstein for a 1980s General Electric campaign. And again, it's often misattributed to Walt Disney, though I do believe you can summarize, a lot of Walt Disney's philosophies and what, he did say and do to that quote as well.
Very bumpy.
Uh-huh. All right, so that is East Cobb Park. Again, a very fun park here in Marietta, Georgia. Full of fun things to do. You can make a whole day out of it with a picnic with your family, or just come for a walk or a jog. Bring your dog. So, lots to do here. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, of course, feel free to give it a like here on YouTube, and of course, leave a comment. What's your favorite park, whether you're from this area or not. Share that, or maybe what you like seeing here. Of course, subscribe for more fun videos around the Atlanta, Georgia area and beyond. Again, we cover events, attractions and parks, fun places to shop and eat. Like I said, events. We do have Toylanta coming up next weekend, so I'll definitely be covering that. And if you like Transformers, I do have my Peach State Prime Transformers channel. Feel free to check that out. Of course, you can follow me on Facebook. I do want to say, I know I've kind of recently adapted this channel to be Peach State Prime Southern Travel. I think I'm going to rename it Peach State Prime Southern Fun, because it's not always travel, but the goal is to make some fun videos, and, definitely have some more of that coming up. So anyways, thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day, and God bless.